Ronit here. How are you guys? My name is Ronit Enos, and for anyone who does not know me, I am the CEO and founder of Salon Cadence Academy, which is a training and coaching company. So yes, Coach Ronit is here with you today. Why? Because, just like a lot of you, doors were shut down. Just like you, our business got shut down as well, right? Because our clients and our member of Salon Cadence are hairdressers, stylists, booth renters, salon and spa owners. And that's what happened to us, right? So we had so many conferences booked, workshops booked all over the world. Seriously, should I say, in the country. But we got shut down. Some of them got canceled. Some of them had to postpone it. So we sat down, my partner, my husband and I, and we said, okay, that shut down. Now what we're going to do? We just, the show must go on. So with a few friends at the Cosmetologists of Chicago Association and some other great people in this industry, we decided, why don't we just go live? Why don't we just do things live, right? So here we go. And here we are. We're here today, and we're going to be here every Wednesday and every Friday in the morning at 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time and 8 o'clock in the morning, my place in the West Coast right now. And Central, I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And anywhere in the world, anywhere, I think it's like 7 hours ahead. My husband here, Bill, just giving the thumbs up. It's good. We're good. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. This is my first time, but don't worry. There's a first time for everything. Today is the first time. So we're going to have a lot of great people in this show. I thought about, maybe updating you, telling you what's going on in the world. But you know what? This is the time to disengage from the news, because it's kind of a lot of great negative things, right? Now, yes, I know it's very important to be informed, but if you can do it 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, that's all you need. I want you to come here. I want you to get inspired. I want you to get positive. Now, this is not woo woo. Let's go. Say yes, say hi, say hello. No. This is real. This is authentic. Okay. I want to bring to this show people like you, stylists, students, owners, distributors, experts around the world, experts around the country, friends and colleagues, people that we admire, people we don't know about. Why? Because we need this. We need direction. We need a good plan. We need to get back into this game. Yeah, we need to do many things. But first of all, I just want you to know that we are here for you. And we're here for you. And this was Anna, my friend, who's waiting on the other line because she's going to join me very soon, this most beautiful creature. But even before that, I just want you to know why we're doing this, because we just want to inspire. We want to have fun. We want to share with you a lot of things like good tips on branding, good coaching on marketing, good social media habits at home. What do you do now? How do you work out of home? Because we're not going back tomorrow. However, we're going back soon. And that soon is not enough. And yes, I know there's a lot of uncertainty things, but it doesn't have to be uncertain, because we can make it certain. We can design exactly to go back to the place that we actually want to go back. So we're going to do all of that. And we're going to have breathing coaching here. We're going to have mindset coaching here. We're going to listen to you. We want your ideas. We want to know about your ideas, and we're going to talk about it. And we're going to listen to so many people that have ideas, but more than anything, you're going to be getting some coaching from me. Yeah. So if you like football, because I love football, I want you to get into the offense line now. We've been in the defense line for quite some time. And now I want you to jump into the offense line, because it's time to plan. It's time to move forward, right? So if you feel exhausted if you feel tired, if you feel uninspired for whatever reason, you just don't feel like doing things, I just want you to know it's normal and it's okay, because I feel like this many times. You know, sometimes I think to myself, my God, is this ever going to go back to what it was? Or I want to go back and work. And I totally get it, because I'm a hairdresser. I'm a salon owner. I know exactly how you feel, right? Yeah. Hi. So I want you to know that it's totally normal to feel that way. And you don't have to feel like I have to be so cheerful to join Ronit, Coach Ronit. I want you to feel that it's okay not to feel so great, but we're going to switch this around. So come in. There's nothing more important than to be in the know. Competence brings confidence. Confidence brings competence, right? And that means the more we know what we can do, the more we know how can we apply it into our everyday, the more confident, the more excited we become. And we're going to do this together. So, this is my first time live, with America's Beauty Show, which are so amazing. We're going to talk about that Chicago show that is coming up in 2021. It's just going to blow everybody's heads off, because it is going to be amazing what we're going to do it. But I just want to chime in and tell you why and where are we in the curve. And when I say in the curve, my friend Mike Michalowicz, who wrote The Profit First, for the world, has brought up some really great couple points. And since we are Profit First professionals, I wanted to translate it into our salon language. So here's a little chart here that I did for us, something really simple. And where are we? Let's see, it's like upside down. So let's see, where are we in the curve? So in the beginning, we were right here. We learned about something. We learned that there is something really serious is happening. So we got into a shock, right? So in the beginning, we were in a phase of shock. What are we going to do? What's going on? Now, because we were in shock, normally it's like the 5 stages of grief. It's exactly the same process. But how is it translated to the business of hair, to the business of beauty? It's almost like we felt like our wings got shut off. Our ability to control what we know how to control was taken from us. The freedom was taken from us, and our artistry was taken from us. So what happens in that stage is we become into an inaction. We don't really move. We don't know what's going to happen. So we freeze a little bit, right? And then the second stage, which is right here, is we jump into actions. We react, and we choose to do a lot of bad things, the wrong things, like being on social media 20 hours of the day, listen to the news, maybe jumping on every opportunity that we want to speak and say something. We're doing a lot of exercise that we should not be doing, because it's a quick turnaround, right? It's a quick turnaround. It's a reaction. So we get into what we're doing. Let's get busy. Let's do a lot of things. And before you know it, we're so exhausted, and we're exhausted because we have this tragic thing that happened to us, right? So this is kind of like what happened. And because of that, our energy span lowers. So the ability to cope up with things during the day is not the same as if we didn't have tragedy. It's kind of like the same as if we're grieving when we lost somebody. Then what happens? Then that stage moves to stage number 3, which is the stage of analyzing. What's going on? What should I do? What are they telling me to do? What are you telling me to do? What are they saying I should do? Let me do the triple P. Let me do the any business loan that I can. Call all the credit cards. So I did that. I finished that. Everything is gone. Now it's 4 weeks into this whole mess. What am I doing? What am I doing now? Well, that's a great place to be. But maybe, just maybe, you're still on stage 2. Or maybe you're still on stage 1. Or maybe you're just so angry that you don't want to move to stage 3. That's okay. Because this is what we're going to be doing here. Okay? The next few weeks, few months, we're going to move because we're moving forward. We're in the offense line. Remember? So here we go. Then what happens? Then we're coming to stage 4. Let me see if I can move my fingers. Ooh, okay. Stage 4. Right here. Okay. Right here. Stage 4. Now, when we're in stage 4, that's a serious stage because it's a decision-making time. And to make decision is not easy. And I know it. And I would like to offer you something if you are in stage 4. The mind is a wonderful thing, but the mind can sabotage you so much. It could be your enemy. So we need to start thinking. We need to start thinking, what do we want to do? Where should we go? We're so confused. We're so in the forest, deep in the forest. We don't know. We want to do this. We want to do this. We want to do this. They're telling us to do that. They're telling us to do this. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. And that's okay. Making a decision is very powerful. There is nothing more powerful and there's nothing more rewarding than making a decision because it moves you forward. And this is the greatest leaders of the world. They have the power of making decisions. So anybody who is in stage 4, which is great. I can see Megan is in stage 4, which is awesome. Because I'm trying to move this. My partner tells me I'm not doing very well. Oh, down? Okay. All right. Thank you. So stage 4, because I guess you don't see my face. That's okay. Just tell me this is the first time I'm doing with props. So give me a heads up if you see it, if you don't see it. But stage 4 is a really important stage. It's that fork on the road. Are you going to go into continue inaction and doing the wrong actions and analyzing things? Or are you going to join me in the surge? Join me in the curve that is going up? Because you can make a choice right now. And the choice is the most important thing that you're going to be doing. Now, the how are you going to get there is not important. Trust me, it is not important. The number one most important thing is your choice. And you're going to ask, how do you make your choice? Well, the number one thing that you need to do is to ask yourself a very important question. The important question is, what if? What if? What if I felt so good every day, every morning? How does that feel? What if I decided to design a company that I've always wanted to have as a salon owner, as a spa owner? What if, as a stylist, I wanted to create a career that I've always wanted to? What if I can work only 6 days a week? What if I can enjoy my family time? What if I can do a lot of things that I always wanted to do? Those are very important questions. I believe that the thought is the most important tools to get you to that decision. So you need to make a decision. Am I going to be in inaction, which basically means I'm so depressed, I'm not feeling good? Because you're not in the what if I feel good? What is more important, to feel good or not feel good? So if your decision is like, I'm going to feel really good, that's my decision because my thought is I want to feel really good, then you already made your decision. I want to feel good. I want to create a really good life for me. Because guess what? I'm going back to work. I'm going back to the things that I really like. But a lot of the things that we really liked or not liked might not be there. Probably not. Mother Nature gave us a great opportunity here. She gave us an opportunity to design the company, any kind of company. You're a big brand, you're a manufacturer, you're a distributor, you're a student, you're a stylist, you're salon owners. Maybe you have 20 million. Maybe you have, I don't know, Starbucks, many chains of salons. Doesn't matter whether you're big, you're small. It doesn't matter. None of it does matter. The most important thing that matters is how do you want to run your life? And how is this company or the career that you want is going to serve your purpose in life, your legacy? I had great conversation with my friends while interviewing them for this show. Well, there's so many things that are important to them. Now they actually had the time during analyzing time to say, I don't want to go back to that. I want something different. Or I love that. I want something different. Or there were some things that were working and not working. Now is the time to work. Mother Nature, as sad as some things are, because believe me, it affects everyone. Everyone. It affects our president. It affects others' presidents. It affects all of us. But the most important thing before you even start planning your cash flow, before you start planning your budget, before you learn what you're going to do with the money that we're getting, you need to know what is it that you want to go back to. And this is what we're going to do here for the next few weeks, few months, right? I'm going to bring with you, and you can just say good things, bad things, whatever. But if there's some things that you want to know and you need support and anything, please put it in the comments, because this is just the start. This is just the beginning. And you're starting today by making that decision. The what if. Now, you can write a few things. You can write, what if I had a company that was, I don't know if you have a salon, what if I had a salon that had 10 chairs? And what if I wanted to make $5,000 a year, or $5,000 a month, or $5,000 a week? What would that be? What would that look like? What would I do with that money? How is my life going to be? What is my perfect week, right? So I want to continue on this, but I just want you to know we're going to be here every Wednesday on ABS, the Americans Beauty Show page. Invite your friends, invite anybody that you want. Share this with them. We're going to be here Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday as well. I'm going to bring a lot of guests. We're going to have some great coaches. We're going to have some financial advisor. We're going to talk about money, because I love to talk about money. We're going to talk about life. We're gonna bring a lot of experts from all of these variants. I'm gonna bring you some stories of people and salon owners and spa owners and stylists. What are they doing right now? How they peel themselves out of bed every morning? What do they do to motivate and inspire themselves? We're gonna share a story, and yes, you might be on my show too. So please comment as much as you can and share with me what are the things that you would like to know. I'm gonna bring my friend Anna. Anna is a member with Salon Cadence Academy, which I thought would be so appropriate to have her come in here, and she makes me feel really good. So, and I thought you guys need to learn a lot about Anna. Now, Anna Walsh, out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, owns a beautiful salon called Lola Studio. And she's been a client and a member and a coach at Salon Cadence Academy. And also, she's really unique and special in the way that she has beat something very important. Fear. She learns how to deal with fear every day. And I want to talk about that. How do we do that? We're going to talk about focus, how to get focused. We're going to talk about what if. Yes, Deborah. We're going to talk about practices. So, yeah, you can learn a lot about Anna. Anna is already best of 200 salon in America by Salon Today. She won a few categories. She won growth. She expanded her growth by 35%. So she knows also a lot about money and good habits and saving. She will share with you many, many great things. And so let's welcome Anna. Now, this is the first time I'm doing it. So let's see if I can do this. And my technician Bill there, let me know if I'm doing this right. I'm going to move to Skype call. By the way, everything I'm doing right here at Face, if you guys want to learn how to create Facebook Live and bring people in and you don't know, just ask. Because we're going to be talking about photo shoots. We're going to be talking how to do the greatest photo shoots, how to do things like staff meetings, how to have empowerment meetings. We're going to do so much stuff. But hi, Anna.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, good. You look so beautiful.
Thanks for having me.
And I love the background. I love the. Where are you at home? Are you in the living room, the bedroom? Where are you?
I'm in my dining room.
Okay. So that becomes your office?
Well, this was the best wall. So that's why I came in here. My house has a lot of windows, so there's not a lot of solid walls.
I get it. It's funny how our home can become a living room, a studio, a gym, right? So share with us. Tell us, what do you have in your home?
I'm very lucky. I have something that helps me through every day. I have a little gym in my basement, and that is huge for me. Okay. So that is my time to go downstairs, and that's one of my morning rituals that kind of helps me to get out of bed and get my day going and get all the creative juices flowing. So that is a big one. And I've kind of converted some of the rooms in my house. Like I have a small side room that I've kind of made like a little cafe kind of. It's either a cafe or a bar, depending upon if I'm doing something in the morning or if I'm having a cocktail hour with my staff or my friends. So I've kind of tried to make that a little bit more like cool and loungy. Mm-hmm. And then, any room in the house can be my office, depending upon, how I'm feeling. So I just try to switch it up. Feel like you're somewhere different all the time. Right. And then,
Right. Yeah, it does. It's the being resilient, I guess. And I kind of wanted to ask you a couple of questions. So first I'm going to ask, what is your routine in the morning? And even before, I know what we all went through, what we had to think. And when coming back to that part of the shock, I'd love to know, where are you? Which stage are you? Because if you moved from 4 towards the 5, then we are going to great places, right? So, do you want to tell us, how was it? How was the stage for you to go through all of it?
Sure. So one of the things you had mentioned, like the initial reaction was shock. And I think that's true, but I think that one of my initial reactions was also denial. I think I was in total denial. I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, like, this is not a big deal. Mm-hmm. It's just the flu. We're going to open in 2 weeks. Everything's going to be fine. And then I think it took a while to set in that this is something else. And this is something that we have to figure out. And I think that now I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth a little bit, but I think that now that I'm approaching more of the 5, when I look back, I thought the first couple weeks that I was good, like I was getting up, I was doing my rituals, I was, communicating with my staff, and I was, very optimistic. Mm-hmm. And now I kind of feel so much better. But when I look back at that, I think, wow, I really wasn't quite right. Mm-hmm. Really wasn't quite right.
And how did that come about? Like, how did it hit you? Like, what were the symptoms of not quite right?
Well, I'm somebody who I like to keep pretty busy, and I like to be productive. So, finding myself on the couch is not something I do very often. I did, during this time, I've definitely found myself on the couch a couple times. I'd probably say I'm 80% good, and then 20% I need a day, But when I this past week, I felt so much better and had so much energy that when I looked back at how I was before, I realized that as much as I thought that I was okay and I was handling things, I was really not quite there. So, but what helped me every day, I still practiced all of my daily routines, and eventually that I think that kind of paid off. Making sure that, doing the things that are hard. Sometimes getting up in the morning is hard. Sometimes making breakfast is hard, or sometimes, communicating with your staff or trying to figure out what's next is hard. Or, there's so many exercising, eating a healthy food instead of eating, junk. All that stuff is hard. So like once you do that, once I convince myself to do that, then the day starts rolling in a positive way.
Now, you before COVID-19, you had a great article, and one of the great articles, you were named a healthy hairstylist. So obviously, right from the beginning, you had great habits of eating well. And what does eating well means to you, and how being in this quarantine has impacted that, or maybe not. Maybe it became a great tool for you as a hairstylist, as a salon owner. You are behind the chair 2 days. You're running a quite large of a staff, and it's very important for you to exercise. It's very important for you to keep your nutrition right. It's something you don't compromise ever. So how is that actually helping you right now? Has it changed at all?
I think that having the good habits has definitely helped me. It kind of keeps things a little bit normal, because I was doing those things before. So it is something that I can continue to do that feels good. I play with food a lot. I'm usually I try to eat very clean, fruits, vegetables. I do eat meat. But I try to put things in my body that are going to give me good energy throughout the day so I don't crash out. I don't drink coffee really. I drink like green tea. That seems to help me not crash. I feel like the food that I put in my body and then the exercise that I do really helps any anxiety, depression, and keeps me energetic throughout the day without kind of losing momentum.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like you, I felt that many times it was really difficult for me to get focused and to get clear of what exactly are we going to do. Even when I knew what I was going to do, and getting up in the morning was something that I actually look forward every day. There were times where I got up in the morning, did my thing, sat down, wrote my list and my focus list. But I felt like my productivity and my efficiency was not 100% where it was before COVID-19. Like I was a little bit all over the place and having a harder times to focus. And the focus has taken me more energy than usual. Did you experience the same thing?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that not having sometimes a tight time schedule where you're going from thing to thing to thing, you're kind of like, oh, I've got all day to do this one or two things that I need to do. So it kind of takes you all day. And I know for myself that my brain was just fluttering.
Yeah.
Fluttering. I'd flutter off to a million different things. And occasionally I would land on something, but I found that really hard too, that it was super, super hard to get focused and sit on one thing and work it through the whole way. It was super hard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, you have a team and you run a company that, is a small boutique salon. So, how was it to move from being present in the salon with having so many, face-to-face engagement, and now, and the reason why I'm asking you is because I want to start talking about the search. I want to talk about us making the choice of the what if life could be different, but different in a way that it's going to be what we want it to be, going back, create a company that works for us. So how would knowing us, because that's what we work on all the time with Salon Cadence. So what are the things that you're implemented now, thinking that way? And are you in stage 4? Are you in stage 4.5? Are you stage 5? Where are you in that?
I think I'm in the creation and maybe innovation stage at this point. I think there's so many different avenues that you can travel, but in the beginning, I kept in the salon, we have huddles twice a week. So that is something that we continued on even virtually once we closed. So actually on Tuesdays we have a huddle, which is a little bit more than a huddle now. Now it's more like a half an hour kind of meeting with all of the staff. And I kind of go over what I'm working on. I tell them what loans I've applied for, PPL, like what I'm doing, how am I communicating with clients, what am I thinking for marketing. I check in with them, see how they are doing. Everybody handles it differently and everybody's life is very different. And I really just wanted to be able to be there for them if they needed some kind of support.
Right.
And also, because I have support as well. I have Salon Cadence and all of the salon owners and spa owners that are in Salon Cadence. So I have other people to bounce things off of. And so it's nice to, I just wanted to be able to be somewhere that the girls could go that wasn't family or friends, that if they wanted to kind of talk about things or share positive energy, They could kind of do that. So we do that on Tuesdays. And then instead of doing another work huddle on Fridays, we do a happy hour Friday evenings.
Great.
So that is, we kind of just goof off. I might, if a client sent me something funny, I'll share that. Or, the girls, share whatever funny things kind of happen to them through the week. And so that hour goes by really fast and it's super fun. And I'm very lucky that I have a team that likes to be together.
Yeah.
So that is really cool. But so in my transitions from the, 1 going hopefully towards the 5, I think what was really powerful for me was realizing my thought, I'm sure just like most other salon owners or business owners, is like, okay, this is going to happen, but I'm going to fix it. And it might be weird for a little while, but everything is going to go 100% back to normal and we'll be fine. So I'm going to be busy on Saturdays. We're going to have this many clients like we usually do. I'm going to bring in this much money.
And that's stage 2, right? That's like stage 2, stage 3. Like it's all going to be the same. We're going back. Let me give solution. Let me solve the problem. This is a problem. Let's solve it right now. And it's not the right place to be.
No. So that was, again, back then, that was my communication. Like, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to get back to normal. It's just a little blip in the radar. No big deal. And I think that now what's been powerful for me is like, no, we're going to be forever changed from this.
Right.
Just like, our parents or grandparents were from the Depression, or how we were after 9/11, or, any major change like that. I think that we're going to be forever changed. I don't know if 100% normal will ever be back, especially now that we know how to do so many things virtually.
Right.
We've had a whole new world of things that have been opened up to us. And that was the meeting that I had with my girls yesterday. Like, look, this is, as much as I would love to tell you that in 3 months, 6 months, we're going to be normal, we're not going to be normal. Everything's got to change, and you've got to allow for that.
Right.
You've got to be open to it. What is possible, not what isn't possible.
And how did they react to that? How did they?
They took it, it was actually, sometimes meetings, are tricky, and this meeting was very good and they were very open to it. And I think that I don't have a solid plan in place of what is actually going to be different, but I think that presenting to them that things, just to get them time to process and think about that things are going to be different, and please be open to that change.
Right.
I think that they felt pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Well, even if they didn't feel good about it, at least gives them time to think I used an example. I said, we used to pull highlights through the cap. we don't we don't do that anymore.
Right.
You know, there's so many things that we used to do that we don't do anymore, and this is going to be something along those lines. So how can we make it so that we're not afraid of it?
Absolutely.
And how can we make it so that we can use our creativity and innovation and be ahead of it, as opposed to being a dinosaur and dying on our hill?
Well, when we're coming back, we got to think of a lot of things. We need to make sure that when we're going back, we have safety, you know, because it will be like this for quite a long time. It might take us 2 years to have closer, less social distancing. So money transactions are going to be different. You know, I heard something, we talked about it yesterday. I know Colin, your husband, put money in the oven to disinfect money. Well, we won't be able to put money in the oven when we're in the salon for sure, but there's got to be a way of how we automate everything, because we are going to have to automate here. So is your software is ready for it? Does your software allow you to automate a lot of processes? So check in, check out, credit card transaction. You're not going to be spraying everything with alcohol. And you also want to jump into the efficiency car. You want to be in that efficiency zone where you're playing the game very efficient. So are you going to have an hour services, or are you going to have 45-minute services? Can you create services that you're used to do in 1 hour? Can you use them in 30 minutes? You know, we got to think about how much time does the person really wants to spend in the salon right now? And how can we make that short time to be so incredible? And so there's a lot of things to start thinking and start planning. And we're going to do it all here. But before we start planning anything, I want to talk about the number one most important thing is how to get focused, how to get clarity. And I know we're going through a different time because we do those exercises quite often. But if you can speak to that, we've been working on clarity for quite some time, and I made my notes here. And I love that. So we're not going back. We're going forward. That's awesome. So going forward, right? We need to think about differently. And just like many companies out there, you know, have had to think differently in crisis. And even thinking about, you hear the word, this is unprecedented time, but it's not really. This is business. In our business world, this happens quite often. You know, it happened in 2008. It happened in 2001. I mean, I've been going through 3 crises, and every time there's a crisis, there are innovators and great leadership and great companies that emerge. This is where we need to start thinking and be innovative and start thinking about going up. So going up, we need to think about automation. Going up, we need to think how we actually want this company to work for us. So the clarity part is really important. How do you get clear? How do you get clear? How do you get clear on your action? How do you clear on your votes? What's a good exercise?
The first part, like you had mentioned, for me is my mindset. I have to clear the clutter in my mind first. And so what I do, my morning routine is, I have several things that I do. Sometimes they all get done and sometimes that they don't. But one of the things I always do is my gratitude journal. And I always say that gratitude is the antidote to stress. So once I know all of the things that, or even a couple of the things that I'm super grateful for, yes, that kind of takes care of things. For example, my husband is a firefighter. So, you know, as long as he comes home, he works 2 24-hour shifts. So as long as he comes home in the morning, everything else is good, right? So like, this is something that like, as long as that has happened and my family is healthy, and
yeah.
then after that, it's everything is fixable, or, you know, salvageable or something like that. But so That is super helpful. I write down my gratitude. I write down 3 things that I'd like to get done for the day. And then I write down some affirmations. I write, I'm happy, I'm mindful, I'm courageous, I'm confident, things that kind of, get me out of bed. And then,
which is a great exercise. And, but in time like this, we hear about it. We everybody tells me that you have to have a journal, you have to have a gratitude journal, you have to do affirmations, you have to do all these exercises. But there's some hairdressers and there's some owners out there that have children at home. There's not a lot of space. Now they have to not only stay at home, which that's not something they're used to. They have to learn how to work out of home. Now that they're working out of home, they have a lot of, they have to be with a husband or partners or friends or family or whatnot, and they have to share. Well, I believe that you really don't need physical space if you want it to be really intuitive with yourself, right? So, for example, you can just pick up a pair of headsets, your iPhone, and there you are. And a journal book, and now you can read. You're away from each other. I remember one time when I was on the TSA show, which was a long time ago in Vegas, I had to do payroll when I was away. And so the only place I could do payroll was lock myself in the bathroom where my roommate was sleeping. I put myself into the tub and did my payroll, right? Because I had to. Business thrive on crisis. Business thrive on big changes. It's that place, the force in a row. Are you going to be the same? Or are you going to make a decision to spike up, to emerge? That's just a decision. And the decision is based on a thought. The thought is the most important part of your mindset. And to be able to create that more of a vision mindset, an innovative place, you need a space. And guess what? Mother Nature gave us the space right now, the time to reinvent things that were working or not working, things that we want. So good practices is to wake up in the morning at a certain time. Every day, consistency, right? Are you going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning? I know, Anna, that you don't like the early mornings. That's okay. We've been at it for a long time, but I know that you want to get the same time every day. And if you want to just take a break from consistency, make 1 day or 2 days out of your week a different day. Listen, guys, here's the thing. This is no time to take a risk too much. It's time to get back in the game. This is the time to get back in the game because this is your biggest opportunity. You got a lot of things here that has been given to you. Number one is the time to make decisions. And so let's do it. What if I can change everything I had that I didn't like to something different? What does it look like? It's time to start getting in there and making that plan. How are you going to do it? You got to get serious. Wake up every day in the morning. I believe really strongly that if you wake up at the same time, you make up your bed. You got to make up your bed. Do you make up your bed, Anna?
Yeah. I forgot about that. That's the first thing. The second thing that I do. Yeah.
I absolutely love it, Dory. You get what you give. You get what you give. If you're going to give 100%, you're going to get 100%. If you're going to give 50%, you're going to get 50%. So let's talk about how do you get clarity? How do you get that thought? How do you get to that thought? What happens? Tell me.
I get my mind right first. And then, I need time for myself. I need time that's quiet. I need to focus. I need to shut off my phone and not be distracted by notifications or messages. And I have to really think about what it is that I want. And, sometimes meditate on it or sometimes just sit there and let the thoughts kind of come in and out. But I guess I kind of let it happen a little bit organically, but I give myself kind of some solitude and some space to be able to do that.
Yeah, you do. You have the space, right? Which is correct. So I guess if we can just sums it up and give a few tips over there, what can you do today? Because here's the thing: we're gonna come back here. We're about 45 minutes live now, and this wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hard. Not bad technology. But here's the thing: we're gonna come back every Wednesday and Friday, and we're going to present to you with tools, a lot of tools of what you need to do in order to move you forward, not backwards. What software you should look at? What are the things in software you're going to look into creating? How are you going to manage your money? How can you multiply your money? How can you, I'm even going to bring somebody who has got great financial advice with stocks. We're going to talk about so many things and how you can create extraordinary mindset, extraordinary wealth, and great systems to allow you to create the kind of a career or kind of life that you want to live now, right now. This is the time to plan it. So we're going to do all of this, but 3 tips that Anna and I want to share with you. In order to get clarity and make good thoughts drive your decisions. Thoughts drives the decisions. The question you want to ask yourself is what if, and imagine the if that you want to be in. Okay? So write that story down, journalize on it. Wake up in the morning the same time every day. Now, if you're sharing a bed with somebody, just make sure that your workout clothes or your sneakers or whatever clothes that we're going to wear outside are laying outside in a different space, maybe in the bathroom. Jump into those clothes. Now, sit down and write gratefulness. What does that mean? 3 things that comes into your mind that you're grateful about. I write that I'm grateful for my cup of coffee. I'm grateful for a bottle of water. I'm grateful for having my children. These are great gratefulness, but think about it. Then write. Why? Why are you grateful about it? After 3 things that you're grateful about, maybe you just want to vomit into that paper of everything that is in your mind, into the paper. And then just write 3 things you want to accomplish today. 3 things. Let's start with that. That's a good start. I promise you, if you do that and you add a little exercise in there, whether it's a 20 minutes walk, 20 minutes jump, whatever that is, the thoughts are going to start coming. It's practice. You're not born with a positive mind all day long. You can't have it all along unless you practice. If you do this every day, I promise you, innovation begins. Is there anything else, Anna, you want to add to that practice?
Yeah, I think just taking a step towards it is the biggest thing. I'm not a morning person. It's not easy for me to do these things. I'm not a 5 o'clock in the morning superwoman. It's hard for me to do these things, but if I just get there, it's fine. It's just like when you go to the gym. Getting there is the hardest part of the battle. So whatever it is, you have to find a ritual or a routine that works for you. So what you and I might do, somebody else might not love, but find something that works for you and just take a step towards it. Just one step.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that. Just move towards that spike up one step at a time. It's true. Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
This was fun. This was great. We're going to come back, guys, on Friday morning. We're going to have Karen Gordon, and she's going to share a few great tips, but she's also going to share with you something that I want people to think. What a hair loss department can do for your business now while you're at home. How can you already generate income while you're at home with a hair loss department, and the why behind it, and what's so great about creating a hair loss or hair restoration or specialty, a niche in your business. So we're going to talk about niching. We're going to talk about how can we create a plan for that. and we're moving forward. We are just moving forward for COVID-19. I want to say thank you for ABS, Cosmetology of Chicago, for allowing us to coach, to share, to inspire, to have great people here, great experts. And I'm so happy that Anna and I started this morning. It made me feel so much more comfortable in front of camera. So share with anybody you can. I love you guys. This is okay. We are in this together, no matter where, no matter what, no matter who we are. There's no judgment for anything. We are going to rock this boat. We are going to win this game. Bye, everybody. I'm going to finish. Thank you for anybody who's been there today. Thank you.